Hello and welcome back to the Common Colt Podcast, a cult podcast with real takes and no clickbait. I'm Josh Hudgens, joined by Dan Hertzler. What's up, Dan?
Not much, man. Just watching some of these wild card weekend games. Pretty disappointing here as we're recording this on kind of late Sunday evening here, and just kind of a lot of blowouts. But one thing that's pretty interesting is you've got two teams that came in. People talking a lot about their defense: the Cleveland Browns, the Dallas Cowboys. We just saw both those teams get blown out.
Yeah,
man, we're going to talk about defense here on this episode. What do we think about Gus Bradley? What do we think about him coming back? Where's the Colts defense? What's the NFL when it comes to offense and defense? How much energy should we spend on defense? Josh, what's your take here on this idea of the Colts defense?
Yeah, to me, I know a lot of fans were kind of upset when Shane Steichen came out and said, hey, we kind of believe in continuity. And then Chris Ballard then backed him up some more, pretty much reiterating that the Colts are going to stick with Gus Bradley heading into this season. And I know a lot of Colts Nation wanted a move there, but I don't think they're making a mistake. I don't. And maybe if the Colts had the talent on the defensive side of the ball and they were underachieving, but you can't expect a guy to sculpt a beautiful sculpture out of dirt. I mean, when you look at what they had, especially in the secondary, they were nicked up a lot. Kenny Moore played better, but you started two rookies. One was a late round pick, and then obviously Juju was nicked up most of the year. So, I mean, what did you expect? I mean, Chris Ballard himself said that they're going to go with the youth movement in his press conference, which was his nice way of saying, hey, we're giving this guy another chance because we didn't give him much to work with. I don't know. What do you think?
So from my understanding, you're saying it's more personnel than it is about coaching.
Yeah, I think so.
I think I tend to agree with you. I'm not wowed by Gus Bradley. I don't think he does anything amazing. I don't think we're ever going to see a top 5 defense with a Gus Bradley coach. But what he is, which I really kind of like, is he plays to what he's got. He plays a smart kind of bend but don't break kind of defense. He got a lot of pressure this year, which I'll be the first one to admit I was wrong about that. I thought the Colts were going to really struggle with getting pressure, and they got a lot of pressure. I think they ended up 5th team-wise for sacks. And to your point, they're playing a lot of young guys on the back end. We saw, EJ Speed. We saw Zaire, just kind of take over that middle. Impressive there. I think if they can kind of load up a little bit on the talent, Gus Bradley is going to be good. He's going to be adequate. He's never going to be elite, but I don't think you need elite defense anymore in the NFL. We'll see what happens with the 49ers and the Ravens. They're probably the last two real elite defenses left. But you just saw this weekend, again, these defenses just got torched by good offensive game plans, hot young quarterbacks that are just, tearing apart these defenses. And that's the way the NFL is going. So if we're going to put our effort and energy into something, let's put it into the offensive side. Defense, I'm fine with it. So to me, it's kind of a meh. I'm okay with it. But if this helps Shane Steichen and this helps the Colts, then that's fine.
Yeah, and another thing is, in the continuity thing, I kind of wrestle with. But the truth is, if you have a lot of young guys and you're trying to build something to make them learn a whole new system potentially, it doesn't make sense. And Chris Ballard, obviously, he likes that 4-3 defense. He likes that cover 3 shell, which is what Gus Bradley runs, a lot of zone defense. And another thing is, who are you going to get? Like if let's say you fire Gus Bradley, I mean, what do you think? Antonio Pierce isn't going to get a head coaching job, and maybe you get him as a DC. I mean, what's the big upgrade that you're going to get? I don't see it. Now, I'm not in love with them, but like you said, the NFL isn't what it was 18 years ago. And this is going to be a little side tangent I'm going to go on here, but you think about even quarterbacks like Anthony Richardson, and people get all angry about scrambling quarterbacks. And that's because their mind is stuck in 2004 with Michael Vick and because he couldn't pass the ball well. Well, let me tell you, if Michael Vick was in the NFL today, he'd be putting up the same numbers Lamar Jackson would be because offenses has evolved. And to your point, the steel curtain type of defenses just aren't there anymore. And the NFL's just changed a lot. And I think Gus Bradley's style of defense is is fine for the modern NFL. It's the bend but don't break, play zone, and you hope that the opposing quarterback's going to make a big mistake, and I'm fine with that.
The last game they played, okay, the Houston Texans. What was the final score? Was it 23-17?
Yeah, it was like a 6-point
I
game.
think they scored 20. Yeah, they scored 23 points. Hey, I'll live with that. I'll live with that with the defense, because I'm going to expect my offense to score 24 points. And what we saw, they should have scored 24 points. And again, you just see what CJ Stroud did to the Browns this weekend. So it's fine. It's fine. I want them to focus on the draft. You know what? I'd love for them to go look for a corner. I think they need some kind of veteran help on the outside, whether that's, again, like the kid out of Chicago, I think Jalen Johnson, maybe his name is. So someone like that. They got some cap space. Let's spend some of that money. Maybe they spend some draft capital on that. But I have absolutely no problem with what the decision is. It just doesn't move the needle much for me, and that's okay. Everything doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
And if continuity matters, then let's stick with continuity.
Yeah. And like you said, I think getting a game wrecker, whether it's, you look at TJ Watt, you look at all the Browns defense, which a lot of people were hyping up before the game. I mean, Myles Garrett, even the Colts defenses in the 2000s, Tony Dungy was sit back and play zone. You had Dwight Freeney and Robert Mathis. The Colts need that. Kwity Paye hasn't lived up to that quite yet. So a lot. I think we're going to learn the defense is going to get addressed big time this offseason, and not coordinator, personnel. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. I'm fired up about this one. Dan, you're like, hey, you know what? Whatever. But thanks for watching, guys.
Let's talk offense, baby. Let's talk offense.
Comment your thoughts below. Subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.